Hello again, fellas. I love Cuphead. Everything about it, actually. The music, the designs, the animations, and especially the bosses. But with 40 bosses, some are bound to be better than the others. Even though I just said that, this video is actually not a ranking video. Maybe I'll do that later. Today I wanted to compare the two final bosses, the Devil and Chef Saltbaker, from the main game and the DLC Delicious Last Course, respectively. One of these is so much better, it pisses me off. So this will be the first video of Cuphead comparisons. This will be a small little mini series comparing Cuphead to other Cuphead stuff or other just media in general. With that being said, let's begin. You know, for the literal devil, this guy is really easy when you get used to him. His first phase consists of 6 attacks, 3 from his pitchfork and 3 transformations. The pitchfork ones consist of creating 4 bouncy balls that bounce around the arena that you can parry, one of them, sorry. Creating 5 fireballs with eyes that move left, right, and back, etc, etc, etc. One of them can be parried. And creating 6 fireballs that rotate in a hexagon formation, which, again, one of them can be parried. In expert mode, the bouncy balls bounce faster, and the fireballs with eyes spin more. And the 6 hexagon ones, I don't know, I guess they take less time to start homing in, I think. His transformation attacks are Goat, his head becomes that of a goat, can you believe it? And he extends his arm from both sides to crush the player in the middle. Spider, the devil grows 4 extra arms and detaches his head and grows 4 extra eyes, 2 similar horns and 4 smaller legs to resemble a spider. In this transformation, he primarily attacks by slamming down 3 times, though on some occasion he'll slam down 4 or 5 times, before reverting back to his original form. And his final transformation, Serpent. His head becomes a draconic serpent and extends to either side as means to corner the player so they can be hit by his minions. Some parts of the serpent's body have small holes which the player can stand in or under to avoid getting hit, but unless they are ducking, the devil will damage them on their way out of the arena. Also, throughout this phase, his purple demon minions will be coming behind his throne and come from either side to damage the player. They will always appear alternating between the right and left side. It's not random, which is a misconception. These minions can simply be disposed of by shooting at them or dodging or jumping over them. Though in expert mode, they appear more often. Chef Saltbaker's first phase is bullet hell, in an enjoyable way though. Chef Saltbaker has 4 different attacks based on the ingredients you collected throughout the DLC. He can either pull out the icy sugar cubes, hit it with a hammer, and throw it onto the battlefield, with one being able to get a free parry off. The next one is him bringing up the limes and slicing them and then chucking them on the screen, which to avoid them is very interesting. You have to either duck if they're coming from a certain angle or jump over them if they're coming from a certain angle. It's a whole thing. You can just look at the screen behind you. You can probably see it. The next one is the distillery dough. He uses some animal-shaped cookies and uses his bounce from the side to where they are levitated off screen, and then they jump onto your screen, which I believe one of them can be parried. The last attack is the gnome berries. Yep, I almost forgot the name. I'm so sorry. The gnome berries. They run across the background. Saltbaker squishes them, and they fly to the top corner of the screen. They'll fly down, and then you will have to avoid them by either moving out of the way or just... Nope, no, that's it actually, just moving out of the way. My bad. There is one more thing in this phase, and it's the flame that appears at the top, occasionally jumps down and aims at the players. In expert mode, there will be 2 flames, which is a contributing factor. I didn't say it was a good one or a bad one. Let's move on. Out of the first phases, I think the Devil is more replayable and easier, but Saltbaker is more challenging and unique. I think that this time it's a 50-50, so give them both a point. Sure, why not? After the player escapes through the hole that the devil made in his escape from the last battle, they'll be thrown into a giant cave. I think this is what it's supposed to be. Anyways, with 5 boulders, wedges, who cares, it doesn't matter, floating. You'll have to shoot at his eyes while dodging his 2 attacks. His first attack is him joining his eyes together and shooting an axe off, as seen on screen currently. And his second one is a bomb. Sure, why not? Give the devil bombs. It's not like he was already the devil. Sure. Basically, this bomb is insanely broken because if you fail to parry it, it basically takes up half of the screen. So if you're bad at reaction times, I think you might just lose. Throughout the phase, flaming poker chips will fall from the sky and land onto the platforms, damaging the player standing beneath them. These poker chips follow a pattern. It's the first poker chip appears at the left, the next one will appear on the right, and vice versa, and again and again and again and again and again. Once at the other end, it'll loop back around. In expert mode, the flaming chips will fall slightly faster though, so I guess that's interesting about it. In this phase, Chef Saltbaker summons 4 pepper shakers from the corners of the screen by snapping his fingers. These pepper shakers sneeze out peppercorn. Get it? Because it's pepper. No? Tough crowd. Anyways, these can be defeated to launch at the giant chef and damaging him. Chef Saltbaker can also crunch up these mint leaves and chuck them at you to maybe do some more damage. The flare from the last phase is back, except it's slightly more difficult because you're constantly jumping up and shooting up at all the 4 peppercorns. Yeah, sure, that's the best I can explain it. Basically, after you do enough damage with the peppercorns, God damn it, why do I keep saying Shalt? Saltbaker's glass body breaks and he shrieks in agony. He turns into salt. Yep, it's just a white flash and then salt. I explained that well, I think. Let's move on. Saltbaker wins. Dude, it's not even a challenge. Saltbaker's phase 2 is just so much fucking better, it's insane. In fact, I'll say it here, Devil's Best Round was his first phase. Don't expect him to, you've seen the thumbnail and the title. Let's go on to round 3. This is the Devil's worst phase by far. It's not the worst thematically, but dude, the devil gets frustrated and will keep looking around the platforms and will be reduced to 3 because the other 2 fell, I guess. I don't even understand it. The poker chips will fall more randomly onto the 3 platforms because, there's 3 of them this time. And he'll also summon 2 of the purple ones from the first phase, except they're fat and will shoot skulls at you for some reason. Occasionally, they'll shoot out pink skulls, which can be parried, obviously. If you've played the game, you know what pink stuff does. Just parry it. The demons will also fly up and down, which, sure man, why not? If you do enough damage to these purple demon dudes, they'll go away for a short amount of time, but they will come back later, and you can't really get rid of them until you beat the phase. After you beat the phase, they do go away, so I guess that's fine. Good enough, I'm pretty sure. Funnily enough, this is also Saltbaker's worst phase. During this phase, remembering where we were last time, the chef turned into salt. He then turns into 2 conjoined twins of salt and will dance around the screen just repeatedly. There's also a saw on the floor which will do some damage, but who even cares, dog? Because you're probably just going to get hit once by the conjoined twins and then immediately kill the phase. Yeah, that's why this phase is the worst one. It's so quick, which is weird because the instrumental part signifies that it's supposed to be at least a minute long, but you can do it in 10 seconds. You barely remember this phase because its second phase and his 4th phase are just so much better than this. don't get me wrong, it's still a fun phase. I like just the two twins twirling around. I like that visual. Also, the instrumental part goes absolutely in for phase 3. I don't think I can play it because of copyright. I already kind of got a warning on me playing the Muffin song in my FNAF 2 ranking last time, so I'm just going to send you to listen to Baking the Wonder Tart, because Baking the Wonder Tart is a banger. If I find out that I can do it, then I'm for sure gonna do it. Maybe even a music ranking. Where was I? Off topic? Something about salt, I think? Sure, yeah. Yeah, quick phase, pretty bad. No, it's pretty good, but it's the worst one. Move on, please. Please cut the cameras. Why is it still going? Alright, so let's give the point as fast as it takes for Saltbaker's third phase to die. Devil wins because you can actually like play the game at the point. Let's go. Hey, so I kind of lied when I said that the Devil's worst phase was his third one. Devil's fourth phase fucking sucks, dude. This might be the least aura you could possibly have. The Devil will go into a physical and mental breakdown, crying blood out of frustration. In his final sub-phase, he's reduced to using the poker chips on only one platform because the other two fell off. Again, I don't know how that happens, but sure, why not? All of the tiers can be parried, meaning you basically have nothing to worry about physically ever. After you beat the Devil, he'll like get a boo-boo or whatever. I'm not sure why he's so confused and crying. You're the one who started crying like a little bitch, dude. Get to the judging room, you failure. Oh my god, this phase is amazing. After Saltbaker rises up from the pile of salt in the background of phase 3, his old body splits into half to reveal salt. Yep. After laughing maniacally, he turns into a pair of salt tornadoes with multiple faces that slowly close in, but you can barely notice it, so we're just gonna move on. His heart will also appear, and guess what you have to do? You just have to jump on these glass pillars and try not to die. That's basically it. But most people didn't know you can actually parry Saltbaker's heart. Yep. I mean, I didn't know it either for the first couple of years, but apparently, yeah, you can parry his heart. I don't think it does much, but at least it basically takes a hit away from you, I think. Because, you know, you're saving yourself a hit by parrying it. Who cares? I'm explaining this too much. You played the game, maybe, possibly. Basically, you just have to avoid the heart, and you win. It's easy. But that being said, it's the best phase of Saltbaker, dude. It's so fun jumping on the little platforms. Yes, I know. Sometimes it's not most people's cup of tea, but dude, look at those platforms and tell me you don't want to jump on those. I'm just saying. Okay, continuing on now. Well, it's definitely not going to the crybaby. Saltbaker's the winner. Shocker. I know, right? It's not like it was spoiled in the title or the thumbnail or anything. In fact, the original plan for this video was me shitting on the Devil, but while playing him again for the video, it wasn't as bad, so I did this scoring system. It still ended the same though. Saltbaker is the better of the two, and it's also the best boss in the game, but that's just an entirely different conversation we're not going to get into right now. Alright. Well, that was Cuphead Comparisons Episode 1. As always, I enjoyed seeing you back, and if you enjoyed hearing me back, or enjoyed this video as a new viewer, consider subscribing. I make a long video like this every month. On that note though, I'm sorry that this was a shorter video. It was originally supposed to be longer, but I have stuff to attend to this weekend, so I'm shooting this video all at once, and basically, I wouldn't say running through it, but just making sure it's quickly put out in time for May. I hope you like this because I have a fun plan for the summer. Maybe I'll have a video on June 1st explaining And on that note, you should definitely go vote on my community polls, which come out every single time a new video drops, which, yeah, most people don't vote on them, but the people who do, that's where my videos come from. Yeah, this is going on a bit too long. Bye, fellas, bye.